As we all know, slab design is one of the most important aspects of structural design. Why? Because every load, whether from people, furniture, or even equipment, first lands on the slab. Then the slab transfer that load to the beam. The beam transfer the load to each column, and then column passes it down to the foundation, and finally the foundation distributes it to the soil. That is why you must get your slab design right from the start. In this video, I'll walk you through how to accurately design your slab using ProtaStructure step by step. Whether you are designing a one-way or two-way slab, you will learn how to handle it with precision, safety, and economy in mind. I'm Miracle Okeke Richard. Welcome to SamGoz Engineering, and in this channel, I help you develop the required skills and enhance your knowledge to elevate your engineering career. So if this is what you want, you can quickly subscribe. This is the building that we'll be designing is slab. As you can see, we have successfully designed this whole building. Yes, and two, we have done our interactive design, that is checking our columns and beams to be sure that what the software ProtaStructure gave us is right. So we are through with them. So the next stage now is to carry out our slab design. So if you can see, if you can see the green, look at it. Green means that it is okay. That means it passed. But look at this one's on white. That is, look at our slabs. Yeah, our slab, they are all on white. Reason is because white means not designed. We have not yet designed it. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to perfectly design your slab. So I'll come over to plan view. I'll click on plan view. So this is it. So once I click on plan view, I'll first of all go to modeling. Look at it. Go to modeling. Then click on slab strips. So I'll click on slab strips. So it will appear. This dialog box will appear. So I want to first of all work with S direction. S direction, that's horizontal. So I want to work with S direction. So we'll have different. We'll have analytical. We have finite element, and we'll have manual sweep. So if you are designing for flat slab or beam lap foundation or slab lap foundation, you use this finite element analysis. But for normal slab design, we are using analytical strips. So for that, we'll now come after choosing analytical strips, we'll now come and select our boundary condition. So if you can see this first one, it means that this, look at it, this small drop down now means beam. That means it means that we are having slab at this end and also having slab at this end. That means we're having slab at both direction. Yes, that's for these two. Then once it comes to this one, this small drop down means beam. That means we're having slab in this direction. Yes, this direction, and there is no slab in this direction. Look at it, because this thing is just beam, this one is beam. The same thing with this. So why for this third part, we are having this thing means cantilever. Look at it, it's this cantilever, and this is beam. And two, it also means that we're also having slab at this end. But don't worry, once we start applying our slab strip, you understand all this inside me. So let's come to this one. So first, remember, this is a void because this is a three-story residential building, and two, here is for staircase. So this is a void. So that means for here, what's the boundary condition here? So the boundary condition I'm having here is that I'm having a beam here, I'm having a slab here, and then a beam, and here is void. So since I've chosen S direction, look at it, that means it will fall under this. Yeah, it will fall under this. Look at it, a void, yes, a beam, then a slab. If you shake closely, look at it, a void, a beam, and a slab. So I'll start. This is my first boundary condition. Then this ending, what is its boundary condition? Look at it, I'm having a slab, a beam, and a void. So if you check a slab, a beam, and then a void at the back. So I'll now hold my control key to straighten the line and then place it here. So automatically it always goes for it. Yeah, it has designed. So automatically it has designed. So if you look at it, you're having W12. This W, you can just call it Y12, any of them, just the it's just your bar diameter, which is W12 at 250. So next one is that I will do from here to here. So here the boundary condition is that we're having a void and then a beam and a slab, which is still this. Then coming to this point, we're having a void, we're having a slab, a beam, and then a void, which is still this. So I'll just hold my control key. I'll hold my control key, then apply this here. So if you can see, you have automatically designed this. Then for this part, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. So I'll also hold and apply this. So if you see now, we have designed everything, but we not design this one. So let's design this one. So to design this one, having a slab, a beam, and then a slab. So let's say, look at it here, a slab, a beam, and then a slab. So I'll click on this. Then coming over to this direction, I must say having a slab, a beam, and a slab. That means these are my boundary condition. So to design this slab, this will be my boundary condition. So I'll click on this, then hold my control key. I'll hold my control key to straighten the line and then click on this. So successful, I've successfully designed this slab in S direction. So now I'll design it in Y direction. So I'll come here and click on Y direction. This is Y direction. So I'll start from again. I'm having a void, a beam, and a slab. Look at it. A void, a beam, and a slab. So I'll click on this. This will be the boundary condition. Then coming over to this point, I'm having a slab, a beam, and then a void. So if you shake it, it will be this. So I'll just come, press it here, then hold my control key. I'll hold my control key to straighten the I'll hold my control key to straighten the line. Then I'll now apply this here. So if you look at now, this now successfully designed this thing in Y direction. Yes, look at it. It has successfully designed it in Y direction. Look at it. That's what I'm having here. Before it was being designed in S direction. So now look at it. This reinforcement is for the S direction, while this reinforcement now is for the Y direction. And to everything, the spacing is W12 at 250. So next one is to design this in terms of in Y direction. So I'll click here. I'll then hold my control key. Oh, but if you can see, we have already designed this slab. Yes, we have already designed this one in Y direction. That means we have to stop here. Yes, we have to stop here. That means I will come and change my boundary condition to this. Yes, I'll come and change it because I'm having I'm having a slab, a beam, and then a slab. Look at it. A slab, a beam, and then a slab. We have already designed this slab, so there's no need to design this slab the second time. So I'll then hold my control key and then press it here. So it has been designed. Then I'll come again. The same, I'll now change the boundary condition. That's a beam and then a slab. Then I'll click on this and also on this because here it's still the same thing. A slab, then a beam, then there will be void at the end. So I'll click on this, hold my control key. I'll hold my control key and then click on this. Yeah, so this is what we're having now. So if you come over to our 3D view, yes, let's come over to our 3D view. If you shake it, you see that it has been successfully designed. Yes, yeah, we have designed it successfully. Look at it. We have designed it successfully. That's why it is now green in color. But for story 2, we have not yet designed story 2. So that story 2 and story 3, they are still white because they have not yet been designed. So if you found this video helpful, please do well to write